What's up, Shady Sports Network? I'm back here with a very special guest today, Mr. Carlos Crawford, safety out of Troy University. Carlos, how you doing today, big dog?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Really excited to have you on the show. So kind of diving right in. Troy just wrapped up an amazing season. You guys went to a bowl game. How would you assess your season?
It was great. It reminded me of last year because it was basically really the same record besides the last bowl game, but it was really good. A lot of good experiences, new people I met. It was really good.
Without a doubt, and you guys played so many high-level opponents. You played Duke, Texas State. You had a hard schedule, but you guys still fought through. Kansas State. When you look at the leadership of your team, Gunnar Watson is your quarterback. For those who don't know about Gunnar, what type of player and what type of leader is he?
He's a hard worker, and he's really dedicated. When I had transferred in, that was really his first year playing. It was in 2020. So, it was always speculations of if he was going to start, so he was always dedicated because there's always people that was been there before him or maybe more talented than him. But he always was dedicated to, outwork whoever his competition was to, play a role in his team and be successful. So he's a really good leader just by leading by example and hard work.
And that's what you need, from a quarterback, especially at that D1 level. Kind of transitioning to your story, you attended two high schools, one in California, one in Frisco, Texas. You played receiver, you played defensive back. Going from high school to high school in different states, how did you kind of manage that on an emotional level?
It was different because, anytime you move to another state and relocate, you got to get comfortable with your environment and just meet new people at that. So it was, well, I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty easy for me because I'm pretty sociable. But it was kind of hard at the same time because I was really comfortable at my first school and I didn't know I was moving until like a month before. But the process was kind of easy for me, meeting new people at my second high school. So it was a good process, just a little hard at times, but it was manageable and I ended up getting through it and meeting a lot of great friends and coaches.
Without a doubt. And Texas and California are known as 1 and 2 when it comes to high school football. You playing both, how would you look at the competition? What state do you believe has better talent?
Texas for sure. It's kind of different. Like California is more like speed, I would say. It's more like speed and like athleticism. I'd say Texas is more like bigger bodies, more stronger people, also fast as well, but just more smarter from a high school standpoint. But that's what the transition was to. When I had transitioned to Texas football, everybody was stronger than me. But I had better on the field movement than other people. So that was what helped me. But I would say Texas competition for sure.
Coming out of high school, you attended Golden West College. For those who don't know, Golden West College is a public community college, JUCO. When you picked Golden West College, what was that process like for you?
It was really hard. I'm not even gonna lie. It was very hard because, coming out of high school, I had offers and, I couldn't sign on signing day. So me going JUCO, I didn't want to go JUCO, because I had offers, but that was the way I had to go because of school. But the process was hard because, in California JUCOs, you have to pay for everything and find a house and it's very expensive. So that transition was very hard at just picking the school because I had Navarro had offered me to go to their junior college. And Golden West, I actually had a friend that I knew in high school that went to Golden West, so it was between them two. So it was a hard decision, but I think I made a good decision by choosing Golden West because I had a good connection with the coach, the head coach, and he welcomed me in like family. So I think that was a pretty good transition. And as soon as I got there, it was pretty easy for me to meet the players because it was welcoming and felt like a brotherhood already. But as far as living situations, after my first year there, it was pretty difficult as well because my roommates were actually seniors, so that was their last year, so that was pretty difficult, but everything else was pretty good though.
Now, you went from Golden West College, which you spoke about. Cali Junior Colleges are known as the toughest environment, and you went down to Coffeyville. Coffeyville is one of the most respected junior colleges in Kansas. When you went to Coffeyville, going to an established JUCO, how would you characterize the way they take care of their players and the program that they run?
It's very high level, high expectations. Because I feel like California JUCOs, it was more laid back, and I felt like the standard when I went to Coffeyville was way higher than it was in California. But it was more established, as in like everybody has a place to stay, a dorm, everything was set in order. And I think it was taking a little more serious. And the coaches were more serious as well. I think because they also lived how us athletes were living. So I felt like everything was taken more serious and the standard was very high in academics and on the field.
It stated that you didn't play at Coffeyville and then you transferred to Texas Tech. What was the reason behind you not playing?
So actually, when I went to Golden West in 2018, that summer, I ended up tearing my pec, bicep, and labrum at the same time during a workout. So after that workout, I had went to urgent care, and they had misdiagnosed me, and they said I just had a sprain in my shoulder. So I ended up playing that whole season without knowing anything was torn. So when I had transferred to Coffeyville, I ended up going to the doctor because my left pec was like deformed. So I was trying to see what was wrong with it. So I ended up going to the doctor, and they told me that my bicep labrum and pec was torn. So I ended up getting surgery while I was at Coffeyville. And I was just rehabbing the whole season. So I ended up missing that season. That was my last year at JUCO. So I ended up missing that whole season. And then I went to Texas Tech spring of 2020, and they had put me in the wrong math class. So I was thinking I was going to graduate because I just needed a math class to graduate. So it was multiple different math classes, and they had accidentally put me in the wrong math class. So I was expected to graduate. So when I went to Texas Tech, I didn't end up graduating because of the wrong math class. So I was flagged ineligible because you have to graduate before you go to a Division I school. So I actually ended up taking the correct math class while I was at Texas Tech, and I ended up graduating at the same time I was there. So after that, I ended up transferring to Troy that summer.
I mean, that's a wild journey, and it shows how some of these schools can kind of mismanage certain things. But being Texas Tech, right, being around that program, when you think of Texas Tech, you think of blue blood. What would you say was your biggest learning lesson from being at Texas Tech?
Really, just facing adversity, really. Because I felt like I didn't get over the hard part of just making it to JUCO. everything in his hands because he has to say so at the end of the day. So I should never worry at the end of the day because I know he got me. He got me, and I follow his footsteps. And my dad, he always keep me on point of just being a man, and man face hard things in life. And my mother as well. She played a really big role, just always having my back, just emotionally. Uh, being there no matter what. And just always, by my side. She always worked with me, when I had surgery, when I went to all these different schools, she was always there by my side. And, I applaud her for that.
That's amazing, that you have that family support. Carlos, when you look towards 2024, it's a big year for you. You're looking at going to the next level. What are you kind of evaluating, and how has that whole process been for you?
I don't know. It's really it's really surreal because I just remember when I was, a freshman. So I'm really taking it all in. Still can't believe it's here because I never thought this day would come that fast. So I'm just taking day by day. I started training Monday in Dallas with my trainer Bernard Daniel at PMST. And, my expectations is very high. Pro day is going to be very critical for me. So I'm just limiting everything what I do and just, taking it day by day and just eliminating all distractions.
For sure. Have you, considered getting an agent and going through that process? And have you considered any other levels besides the NFL? Are you open to playing arena football?
Yes, I got an agent named James Covington. So that process was easier than I thought. I thought it was gonna be harder to find an agent, but I had ended up getting one. And whatever doors open, I'm willing to play. I love football, so football's the same everywhere. So if I get an opportunity to play USFL or CFL, I'm willing to play that, because I just love the game, and it's the same everywhere to me. So I'm open to any opportunities.
That's a good deal for sure. You're keeping the options open. Off the field in 2024, what do you have going on, and how are you kind of keeping yourself, stable in that sense?
Really just training, and that's about it, really. I'm keeping myself stable, really just doing what I like to do. I like to train and just, after that, just relax, spend time with family. Um, just really just relax. Not really getting into everything, like throwing out or anything like that. Nah, I'm just really just staying in, spend time with family, and then when it's time to train, just train, come right back home. That's really just my schedule's like this year, and that's about it, really.
Carlos, it's been great having you on the show today. I appreciate your time. I look forward to watching you in 2024. I think you have a really bright future just based on the way you carry yourself. My final question for you tonight is, you look at this new generation, and a lot of people feel like they have it all. They have spoons in their mouth. What's one biggest piece of advice you have for the youth to keep them on track?
I'll say, follow your heart. I don't think most people follow their heart. I feel like they just follow what they see. And always be resilient because it doesn't matter what path you go on, you're going to face some type of adversity. So, always, just keep a smile on your face no matter what, and, keep chasing your dreams, and never let nobody tell you that you can't do anything.
Thank you for your time again, Carlos, and I wish you the best of luck. Reach out if you need anything.